Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on Stripped Down, it's Friends of Foes.
Come with me, we will travel into the future, away from the past. We will write stories about us. Adventures are waiting, history in view. Monuments and yellow lights, ancient times revitalized. You and I, in our eyes, this is the light. These old postcards and new horizons. Pack up and take a leap of faith. We will run as far as we can. Past the borderline, turning a page. Monuments, yellow lights, ancient times revitalized. You and I, in our eyes, this is the light. Monuments and yellow lights, ancient times revitalized. You and I, in our eyes, this is the light. Exploration has begun. Just hold my hand. We will find the end of the Monuments, yellow lights, ancient times revitalized. And I, in our eyes, this is the light. Monuments and yellow lights, ancient times revitalized. You and I, in our eyes, this is the light. Come with me, we will travel into the future, away from the past.
You are watching Stripped Down, and tonight we feature Friends of Foes. What a great night. I'm so glad we're back in the studio doing the show. It's weird doing it every other week this season. Usually we do it every week. This season we scaled it back a bit, so it's good to see the smiling faces back in the studio. Some returning faces we might get a shot of later. It's been a fun night already. Welcome, Friends of Foes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, right off the bat, happy 1 year anniversary. January 1st, 2013, you guys formed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take me back through the last 12 months. You guys have done a lot in 12 short months.
Man, I mean, we just let out an album like a month ago. We've just went on a tour to Alberta. Well, it's been a pretty eventful year, really.
And you're all busy.
Oh yeah.
It's not like you're all just sitting at home writing music and practicing. Everybody is being pulled in like 5 different ways. So where do you
full-time
find
jobs, other bands, school.
Yeah.
So where do you find the time to take it this seriously and practice and get to this level where you're touring and releasing full CD already?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, it used to start out with us, like for the first 3 months, we would practice from maybe 4 p.m. till 2 in the morning and then go to Denny's for the 3 months.
Right?
It was a bit of
Yeah.
a habit.
And then
This
school
band
got
is
crazier.
is
and then we
fueled
did
by
stuff like
Moons
that.
Over My Hammy.
Yeah.
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 There's few things better at 4 in the morning. Continue.
Yeah, so we did that, and then summer we got to really get together every single day because, we had the time and had the work off, and we got together all the time, and then school started again, and we only get together about once a week now, but after we just find the time, I guess.
Longtime viewers were probably squinting at the screen during that first song going, okay, this is Friends of Foes. However, there's a familiar face on the set tonight. Our one and only, the lovely and talented Miss Bryn Kreisa, making her 5th appearance
Really?
on the Stripped Down stage. Oh yeah, Bryn, count it. 3 Pirate Fridays appearances,
Oh, okay.
1 Young Benjamin's appearance, and how do the planets align that you're here tonight with Friends of Foes?
I don't know. I guess they just do. I don't know. I've been filling in for their bassist who broke his wrist.
Okay.
So I went to Alberta with them, and then we did an S Creek audition this past weekend. And now, ironically, I'm here.
Ironically. Big shout out to Alexa, who's filling in for you tonight. It was like we shuffled the cards and just placed people in different positions tonight. So it's a fun night already. There's a unique energy here of everybody struggling to learn at the last minute. Not you guys, of course, but myself included. I mean, doing this every other week instead of every week, I really feel like I fall out of practice. And I want to just default to be like, tell me about your band. You probably get that a lot. Is that the most over-asked question to kick off an interview?
It's always what do you think of your band?
What do you think of your band?
Yeah, what do you think of your band?
I think my band sucks.
Yeah, that's clearly the first answer.
What are you looking for there,
Yeah,
people?
I would say top question we get is probably how did you guys form?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get that in everyone, and there's always the typical where your influence from and that kind of thing. So it's always a bit of a challenge to find unique ways to answer the same questions and not sound jaded.
So how did you guys form?
I see what you did there. Me and Keegan were actually in a punk band about a year and a half ago, and I don't know, I just came up with some licks that clearly weren't fitting into that genre anymore. So I kind of approached him with it and was like, hey, let's jam on this and try it. And it was originally a lot softer than what I had going on, and then as soon as Keegan came in, he kind of added his 2 cents and clearly 90s drumming and kind of brought it up to where it's at now. And then we ended up sitting down and making our wish list of players, and that's how we got our original lineup. And then from there, when our original bassist had to leave for school, we ended up getting Tony as our new bassist, and then Tony broke his wrist, and now we got Bryn.
Can I ask how Tony broke his wrist, or is that just sad?
Snowboarding. Just being cool in general.
Yeah,
I regrettably made the don't break your wrist joke like a week before he left, and then he broke his wrist.
What actually happened was Bryn was probably snowboarding behind him and caused him to get in an accident.
Broke his wrist.
Right.
Just caught him in the trees.
So why, out of all the bassists in the city, Bryn Kreisa, not knocking Bryn, just like how did that tie together?
I think her playing speaks for itself, really.
Oh, good answer.
Oh, that's so heartfelt.
But seriously, you know her sister or something, or
Brother. Me and Keegan both work with her brother Kyle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so you get the call, Bryn. Hey, we need you to come on tour, learn some songs, ignore your 5 other bands for a little while. What goes through your head?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always enjoy playing with new people. Well, I guess I did a bit of studio work with Keegan and Matt. That's kind of how I met them. When you guys were recording at Avenue, I did bass for one of your tracks. But yeah, I don't know. I always enjoy playing music with new people. I always learn something from it. So.
I mocked your answer, but it's true. Her bass playing does speak for itself. I mean, you're in Pirate Fridays, which is dramatically different than Young Benjamin. So, how is this band different than the other 4?
I guess different music, different songwriting style. It's just, I guess, just all different. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, every band kind of has their different energy and different, it might sound cheesy, but like different energy and stuff when they're jamming together, and even just like relationships within a band and the bandmates. So. Yeah.
You guys.
Why do we all look at me? We're like this constant feud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bryn. We've addressed the Bryn situation. So back to Friends of Foes. 1 year, 12 months. You had a huge CD release recently, which we'll talk about a little later. I want to hear about the process of making the CD and what you brought after, 10 months together? When did you start?
9 months.
9 months.
Eight months, and we had already booked studio time. And then by 9 months, we were recording a 12-track CD.
About 9.5, we finished writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when was the moment this clicked where you looked at each other and said, okay, we got to keep pushing at this level because this is working?
We played an open mic at Lydia's, kind of as our first test gig because, no one knew who we were. So we figured, hey, let's just go give this a shot and see what happens. And we ended up getting 2 encores.
Nice.
So instead of playing the typical 2 open mic songs, we pretty much almost played a full set.
Awesome. All right, a lot of questions tonight, but also a lot of music. The first song we kicked off the night with, what was that? I guess I could just look at your set list, but...
Those are abbreviations.
You okay?
Yeah.
What was the first song?
The first song was Monuments in Yellow Lights, and that, that's what that was.
It's on our CD.
It's on your CD. And who does most of the writing?
I would say it's
Chuckles everywhere.
25, 25, 25
So
Okay.
Like
Equals that
everybody-
equals
That's
75%.
I'm discounting Tony.
The other 75 is magic. Pure magic.
but yeah, everyone's pretty equal. Everybody who plays their instrument writes their part and comes in, and we all write together.
Okay. You write together lyrically, or?
Sometimes it's Matt who writes lyrics, like there's full songs that he's written, but I wrote like some of the songs as well. But sometimes we'll collab on ideas if I'm stuck for something. I know I've had plenty of writer's block times, especially before we went to studio. That's why we finished a song in studio.
Yeah.
First things first, that was awesome. I've never heard someone abbreviate collab before, so you made my night. Number two, so what was the first song about then? Everyone can throw in their 25%, except for the magical unicorn who isn't here tonight, who did the last 25 apparently.
Traveling.
Traveling?
Yeah, it's definitely about going to new places and just picking up and being able to like leave and explore how different everywhere in the world is. Even though I haven't been personally to Europe, I know when my parents went there, they came back and told me all these things about it, and I was just like, well, that would be a cool place to go, I guess, and I would like to just be able to pick up and leave. So I wrote that song about that, and then I came in actually when they had written the guitar and the drum part, and I just was like, hey, these lyrics work kind of, I guess.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys ready to jump to more music before our first commercial break?
Yeah.
What's next?
The song's called This City, and it's about Saskatoon.
Nice. Are you guys all from Saskatoon?
Yep, we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even Broken Wrist guy?
Yeah, Broken Wrist guy.
He's
Yep.
from,
I think,
from
right?
Sask-
I don't think he is from Saskatoon.
He lives in
actually.
Saskatoon. He did a stint in Regina at one point.
Okay.
I know he lives here now.
And
That's all that
it's a
matters.
glowing reflection of Saskatoon, or?
For the most part, yeah.
It sounds like it's not, and then you listen to the chorus, and then you're like, oh yeah, that does.
It's like this bittersweet realization that although there's a lot of flaws, it's still your home, and it's still a lot better than a lot of places you could live.
Yeah.
Well
It can
said.
really apply to anywhere.
All right,
For
take
us,
it
it's
away,
Saskatoon.
Friends of Foes.
Sight home is where the heart is, but I disagree. Home's always felt like a strange place to me. These familiar forms and cracked streets, I know my way around.
your tap water comes from?
It can come from one of two sources, groundwater or surface water. Surface water often begins as snowfall that accumulates in the winter and melts into our rivers and lakes. Cities will treat it to get rid of most of the impurities and then send it down the pipes, under the streets, and into our homes. The problem is, the quality of water is being damaged by our activities, and as our earth warms up, there may be less water available in the future. How can we look after our water resources? Find out where your water comes from and how it is being protected. Use less when you're showering, brushing your teeth, or watering your lawn. And never pour toxins like cleaning solutions down a toilet, sink, or storm drain as it ends up in our rivers and lakes.
It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
The following sponsors are proud to support community television. The Hairstyle Inn, located in both Lawson Heights and Circle and Center Mall. Long & McQuaid at 721 43rd Street East, and their phone number is 664-1966. Mr. Sicily Pizza in their new location at 833 51st Street. Their phone number is 975-0345. Curtis Anderson's wardrobe is provided by Ultimo Yuramoto, located in downtown Saskatoon. 664-6640.
And we're back. We're spending 1 hour with Saskatoon's own Friends of Foes. It's kind of like a super group. Just reading the band background, well, especially with Bryn Kreisa now, it's like a super group. So kind of a collaboration of two former bands, as we were saying in the first, and Electric Sheep keeps popping up when I'm reading your bio, which is pretty cool.
Our founding bassist, Nevin, actually was in Dreaming of Electric Sheep.
Yes, he was. And they were on Stripped Down. And I don't know why I keep pointing to former shows, because that just makes me go into the video library and find a clip and put it on when I edit this later.
Well,
and it's a pain.
Just
But
making
I
it
keep
harder for
doing it.
yourself.
I always do it.
The new bassist Tony is in the Northern Light.
That band.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Bryn. There's another clip I gotta pull now.
So we're still a super group with Tony.
Yep.
Super group in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Cut yourself some slack. You've done more in a year than a lot of bands do in about 5.
The
It's
internet. The internet is helpful.
I actually read that too. You're jumping way ahead for what I was going to talk about in the timing of it all. But your quote was, "As an independent band, social media truly is our lifeblood." And that's
true.
rare honesty. A lot of bands come on and you're like, well, yeah, it's important, but like the live show. But you just threw it out there. You're like, it's our lifeblood. So that's kind of the formula of a successful band these days, correct?
It kind of keeps us going as far as it lets us really reach out to our fans and promote as much as we can, and at the same time kind of stay constant and be something that they actually care about, not just, oh, I saw this band once, let's go see them in a year, instead of, oh, I saw them, a couple weeks ago, let's go see them in a month and a half.
Let's jump back to cutting the CD. So 9 months you guys wrote, and then jumped into the where'd you guys do it?
We have a jam space on First Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're kind of able to jam there pretty much whenever we want. So, I mean, with all our busy schedules, it ends up being the middle of the night most of the time. And Matt and I at least are insomniacs. I mean, so we just try to write as much as possible, really.
Okay. And then when it was time to go, did you go into the studio or did you bring equipment into the jam space?
We went to a studio at Avenue Recording, if you know where that is.
Okay.
That place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just agreed with you, I'll be honest.
The Mythical Avenue. It's actually on top of Amigos, just off Broadway on 10th Avenue.
Oh,
10th,
yeah?
10th Avenue or 10th Street?
10th Street.
10th Street.
He's
yeah.
a North Side kid.
Yep, North Side people,
Josh
right?
Palmer's
Palmer's
old pad.
Yeah, that place actually. Jordan Smith's currently running it.
Okay.
And we were there for 3 whole weeks. So there was plenty of time for us to get under each other's skin.
Yeah. But after 9 months, like that, I just can't wrap my head around that. Usually it's, you guys have gelled for like a couple years or something before you jump in there, but you guys must have just hammered that thing out. There must have been a rare excitement in there.
Well, Matt and I have been gelling for a little while before now, too, so that's maybe helps what we do anyways.
With the exception of Celeste, everyone's been in bands before, so as soon as we kind of saw the reaction we were getting and how it was working out, we really kind of figured, I guess we had a couple talks with Jordan and like really figuring out what we wanted to do. And the original talk was, let's do a single, let's do an EP, something I guess a little more realistic for how long we'd been playing. And then he actually came to our jam space one day and heard just this big schwack material we had. And at that point it was, there were a few songs in there that didn't make it to the record, things we cut, stuff like that. And he just had the suggestion of why not just go big or go home, because we honestly had enough material at that point for a full record, and that was at 7 months.
And what was it like to hear that? That must have been a confidence booster.
Yeah, a little bit.
Some of your throwaway songs were CD worthy.
Yeah, well, some of the throwaway songs were things that I personally really liked or that other people in the band liked, and for one reason or another, they ended up just not making the cut or getting kind of thrown away before we even went into pre-production, stuff like that.
All right, let's jump to more music with song number 3.
The song's called Light Sleepers, Heavy Dreamers.
Okay, and does that have to do with the whole insomnia?
It's about not sleeping.
Yeah,
that's
something I can
definitely
relate to.
Not sleeping and playing the music.
Don't get me wrong, this show has amazing sponsors, but oh my god, if I could get some sort of like Juan Valdez to sponsor us or something, just some coffee coming in here constantly, it would be like, that would be the only thing that could make the show 200% better. Is if we just had like a coffee bar in here. Oh, okay, I'm getting giddy thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends of foes.
It's only yesterday I stayed up till 4 a.m. writing you this song, trying to make amends. So you didn't come home. There were words in my head, had to get them out. So I wrote this song instead. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. Sun came up as I crawled into bed, chased by the ghosts living inside my head. Bittersweet warmth of you by my side. I'd rather stay up all night, lay here and slowly die. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. Light sleepers, heavy dreamers, caffeine insomnia, summarize just who we are. Don't act surprised when I'm not by your side tonight. It's only yesterday I stayed up till 4 a.m. writing you this song, trying to make amends.
We are spending 60 minutes with Saskatoon's own Friends of Foes. Want to finish up talking about the CD recently released, Chronophobic. Did I say it right?
Chronophobic.
Chronophobic. Wow, look
Almost.
at me using a 4-syllable word.
Woo.
Yeah, I got a raise tonight. Jeez, pulling that one off. CD release party, New Year's Eve. Is that close? Day before?
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
It was one of those days that kind of mattered somewhere around there.
I'll be honest, all those days blur together for Curtis Anderson.
It's true.
Rum.
Yeah. All right. Boxing Day, CD release. Where, when,
Oh,
how, support.
It was at Vangelis, and opening we had our good friends Pandacorn, and
Yep.
actually Bryn's other band, Acronyms. And
I missed one.
Yeah, you missed one.
Okay, sorry, it's 5, Bryn. Okay.
Yeah. But no, it was really good. Ended up selling out the venue, and we actually made money, which is great.
Jeez, look at you just crossing off the list. Already
Doing
making
stuff.
money.
Checklist, right?
Are you supposed to go like 5 years before you start making money as a band?
Maybe.
Thoughts though overall on the disc, how it turned out, the reaction, the people that bought it, what the fans are saying.
Well, we actually got a lot bigger reaction going on tour selling it. We sold a couple at our CD release and a lot to my family included. I'm typically the person who says all my family buys only the things that we put out, but a lot of people that I didn't know bought it, so it was really well received, I guess. And when we went on tour, people were just coming up to me being like, "Can I get your CD?" And I was just like, "This is weird." And they were like, "Can
People
you sign
care?
it?"
What?
I was like, "Oh, this is a weird experience for me." Well, of course, for this being my first band, so.
But for when you like toss in your car and drive to work, thoughts on it? You nailed it? Is there stuff you're like,
There's always stuff you kind of go back and wish you could change or do differently. Actually, the guy who recorded it, Jordan, I'm gonna kind of paraphrase him, but his kind of outlook on it, his recording is always kind of like a snapshot in time, and even if it's not perfect, you kind of get like the essence of that. There's always stuff we'd go back, and even since the records come out, there's things we play a little bit different live, stuff like that. But as far as a first record and something recorded to represent us, I think it serves the purpose and did a really good job of it.
Nice. What was the last song we just heard?
That was Light Sleepers, Heavy Dreamers.
And we mentioned it was kind of about not sleeping, but is there anything, again, everybody, I don't know who to ask, because everybody throws 25% in.
I actually
Yeah,
wrote
you
that
wrote
one,
this one.
and it's about a wildly failed relationship in which I, during the last 6 months of it, spent more time on music than the relationship itself.
Huh.
And that's probably why
I wonder
failed.
why that failed.
Yeah, right?
But you're a sweet musician, so, I mean, sacrifices have to be made, right? Right?
Not sure she sees it that way.
Well, did you write a song about... Oh, never mind. Let's just
Nope.
not go there. All right.
Nope.
Get me out of this. Get to more music. And when we come back before the next commercial break, we'll really quickly talk to this week's audio engineer, the lovely and talented Mr. Davis Baker. But take it away, friends of foes.
Ready?
Dear past self, you are
Now is the time of the show. We throw it over to this week's audio engineer, returning once again. Sitting behind the sliders, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful and talented Mr. Davis Baker. Davis, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, big round of applause. Davis.
I'm
Sip
pretty
that
well.
coffee.
Oh yeah.
How's it going this week, Davis?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
That's good.
So the project,
Yeah.
we keep updating it every time we talk to you. Where is it? Where are we?
Well,
How soon are you ready to take the strip down stage with False
that's
Mountains?
that's a really good question. We just actually the lady. So it was originally a two-piece.
Yep.
So myself and then another lady, Miss Laura Chivica. So we were sort of doing some folktronic type music, and then she was playing keyboards, and now we've got a different keyboard player in there, and then she's moved over to drums. So we're just sort of still, getting the feel together, because it's fairly new. Like in the past week was when we added the third member.
I'm very confused, Davis Baker.
Yeah.
But it sounds awesome. Let me know when you're ready
That's
to
great. Oh,
appear
yeah.
on Strip Down. So,
Yeah, sure
Friends
do.
of Foes, sounding incredible. Thank you very much for
Oh, yeah, no
stepping up
problem.
and mixing again this week, ladies and
Yeah, no
gentlemen.
problem.
Mr. Davis Baker, one more big round of applause. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
And we should take our second commercial break. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over. Sorry, bud. We come back with the second half of the episode with Friends of Foes coming up right after this.
Do you know where your tap water comes from?
It can come from one of two sources, groundwater or surface water. Surface water often begins as snowfall that accumulates in the winter and melts into our rivers and lakes. Cities will treat it to get rid of most of the impurities and then send it down the pipes, under the streets, and into our homes. The problem is, the quality of water is being damaged by our activities, and as our earth warms up, there may be less water available in the future.
How can we look after our water resources? Find out where your water comes from and how it is being protected. Use less when you're showering, brushing your teeth, or watering your lawn. And never pour toxins like cleaning solutions down a toilet, sink, or storm drain, as it ends up in our rivers and lakes. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
The following sponsors are proud to support community television. The Hairstyle Inn, located in both Lawson Heights and Circle and Center Mall. Long and McQuaid at 721 43rd Street East, and their phone number is 664-1966. Mr. Sicily Pizza in their new location at 833 51st Street. Their phone number is 975-0345.
Ladies and gentlemen, Friends of Foes.
Hush, hush, darling. Every penny spent, nowhere left for you to be. Stillness sets in, sweet dreams. You're still safe, my dear. In the quiet sounds of the wind blowing in the silence, as we wait for this to end. Tonight you're mine. Please save your words.
You're watching Strip Down's 209th episode. That's right, 209 with Friends of Foes. How are you guys feeling?
Dandy.
Dandy. That is
Dandy.
a good word to describe the atmosphere at Strip Down tonight. It is dandy. I Googled Friends of Foes. I love doing that with band names, right? And much to my excitement, I wouldn't say surprise, but bam, first thing that pops up, you guys. Friends of Foes, Facebook, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
We kind of own the internet.
It's true. But right next was a
on my
completely
resume.
different Friends of Foes from Manchester.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh.
Our rivals.
I think we were aware of that when we
Is that the one that
started.
hasn't been active for 2.5 years? Because if so, then yes.
Yeah, and then we looked at that and we saw that and we were like,
We've
well,
been in a
that's-
feud with them for a very long time now.
But then I opened them both, and yeah, they haven't been active for 2 years. And I like the symmetry of this. You guys had 1,018 likes, and they had 108. And I was like, boom!
Yeah.
It's like the same numbers, only you guys have
They could certainly make a comeback,
a
though.
lot. I don't know. So
If they want to.
do you have to, if that does happen, do you have to do like Bush did? You guys are probably too young for that, and they put an X after their name. They were Bush X for the first album. You remember that?
Yeah,
You
there's
guys
also
don't
this
remember
band
that.
from the
Ask
UK.
your parents.
There's this band from the UK. They're called Architects. An American band went after them. So on every poster now, they're Architects and then a little bracket, UK.
So you're not worried.
Not really, no.
Awesome. So in the last 12 months, again, you guys have been a band for just over 12 months. All right. So written enough material to record a full-length album, recorded said full-length album, successfully toured, had a profitable CD release party. So what's left? Hey, how about we shoot a video? And that's what you guys did.
Yep.
Cross that off the list in the first 12 months. So I watched Control on the old YouTube. It was pretty darn good. So why a music video? Just why not? You guys aren't clearly busy enough.
We got a really good friend who's actually here right now, Morgan. And,
Yes, shout out to Morgan.
She was kind enough to, I guess, hook us up with the videoing.
Yeah.
We just thought it would be kind of cool to release something more than just a track for our first official single, I guess. And she came up with the idea of let's do a studio video. So we just let her come in and hang out on the couch and, I guess, relax and experience all of our stress and our ups and our downs and make
Honestly,
a video out of it.
big props to Morgan. A lot of times, this show is my first experience with a band. This is my first time like really meeting and hearing you guys, other than, like you said, a few random tracks on the internet. But after I watched that, I was like, I felt like I knew you. Like it really captured the kind of the essence of you guys. It really, I was like, all right, Friends of Foes, I got this. They're
Did
okay
exactly
people.
what we were hoping it would do then.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, she's a talented young lady. Big shout out for her. We should probably get to more music because we are running out of time. So is there anything you want to reflect back on that last song we came in a commercial break with? I always worry I'm going to cut people off and they're going to be like, you didn't ask me about the one song that's like, you know, about
Important.
my failed marriage to my stepsister's ex-husband or something. And I'd be like, oh, sorry.
So
Nope.
which one? The one
Winter.
that we just played? Well, that one's not on the album, and it's something that's like brand new. And I wrote it about wintertime, I guess.
Saskatchewan.
I was going to say, you had a good 11 months to write about that here.
Yeah, it's definitely not like I guess it's kind of a personal experience, but not in the same context.
Okay. You didn't personally experience winter?
No, no, the storyline that's behind winter, I guess. But yeah,
It's a
Winter is
metaphor.
a greater metaphor.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, we're diving into that writing.
All
I
right.
don't think so, Matt.
We're peeling back the layers and exposing. Okay, where do we go next?
We got Youth, which is
Yeah.
actually the first track on our album.
All right, why kick it off with Youth?
Youth is just a fun song. It had kind of it had a little bit of a chill vibe, kind of set the energy of the album. It just seemed like a good opening track, real strong.
All right, take it away, Friends of Foes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Trailing constellations, they're all dead and gone.
The music stopped.
Now comes the fun part. We troubleshoot the exact whole board. Now we find out what's wrong.
I don't know.
Stay.
I know there's one called clamps.
No, that's Clamp. Clamps, shabam. Clamps is with the mob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my amp just flat out
Yeah, I
shut
know, he
itself
does.
off.
4, 3, 2. And we are back. Friends of Foes, 209 episodes of Stripped Down, and we have a first. Talk to me like I'm 5. Explain what just happened here, sir. This is a Stripped Down first. We've had people break guitar strings, which puts the show on hold for a few minutes while they, get a new guitar string. However, this is a little bigger scale.
At some point,
Mr. Matt.
At some point between Edmonton and Saskatoon, we have destroyed my amp. I'm not sure how, not sure why, not sure what's wrong with it, but tomorrow the baby is going to the shop, and we'll find out what's wrong with it.
Well, now there's egg on our face because I don't really know what to do. We had 2 songs left. We've got about 10 minutes to fill of our 209th episode of Stripped Down, and what you're telling me is there's no more music.
Interpretive dance solo.
Yes, we've already said no to a 10-minute drum solo, which came up right away, but that's not.
No, I don't think I want to do a 10-minute drum solo.
7-minute? 6-minute? No? Okay.
3.5.
So what's the like stage term, Bryn, for when something like this goes wrong? What do you say? Is there
I don't
like
think we can say it on TV.
Okay.
Probably a 4-letter word.
A bunch of 4-letter words
Dang.
indeed.
This is the who has an amp that I can use right now,
Yeah, I guess.
which in a TV studio is no one.
Right. I guess if you were playing a venue, though, some nice person may lend you their amp.
Oh yeah, venue-wise, we'd have no issue. It would be a
I could just sing
little
the
bit of a
guitar
freak
part.
out.
I feel like this is turning on my show, so let's steer the conversation away. Another quote. I found some aggressive quotes from you guys, and I really enjoyed that.
Oh no.
Not that aggressive, but just like this one really made me smile. Quote. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'll read it slow because we're killing time. At the end of the night, even if we're not headlining,
Ooh.
I want to be the band that's remembered. It sounds kind of childish, but I want to know I went out there and beat the other bands.
That was me.
It sounds harsh, but I love it. Like isn't that what every band wants to do? They just don't say it out loud.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna kind of beat around the bush and pretend that I want every band to be as good as us or sound as good as us. Because at the end of the night, I do want to be the band that somebody walks away from that show and goes, they were awesome. I don't care who else was playing. They were awesome.
Maybe to reiterate on that, it's not that we wanted the bands to play poorly, because we always wanted the bands to play really
This
well.
is true.
Yes.
This is true.
We just hold ourselves to a standard that we think is pretty high. So I mean,
It gets
if we're-
borderline competitive.
in a way, I guess. I mean, for me, self-competitive, but we just told ourselves really, really high, and so we want always to be doing the best we can.
It sounds like this motto is working, though. Again, I've said it all night, how much you guys have done in 13 short months. So it's obviously working, but for you, your first kind of kick at the can, your first kick at the cat. I don't know what the proper euphemism is. Not even
Just kicked plenty
euphemism.
of cats in our days.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jumping into that mindset, was that a little scary? Do you notice the competitiveness?
Yes, I definitely do. But I knew it was going to be different than not doing it, I guess. But obviously, that's a given. But I didn't think it was going to get this serious this quick. When Matt came to me and said, come listen to our band, I didn't think that this was going to turn into a band and we were going to record an album and go on tour and all this stuff. I thought it was just going to be like, okay, we'll hang out and we'll play some music together, But not being in a band before, I don't really know what to expect and I don't really know what to do right. So I just kind of listen to what everyone else says and go along with it. And everything's been pretty okay, so.
I think this whole situation has pretty much swallowed us whole, really. I mean, we I don't know if any of us were really prepared to record an album in a year, but it just happened and felt good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bryn Kreisa. I feel like blaming this on you. This wouldn't have happened if you were in the control
It's
room.
completely Bryn's fault.
Here you are.
She had nothing to do with the amp, but it's all her fault.
On stage on Stripped Down, and you've been here since episode 1, Bryn. Mm-hmm. In my shoes, what would you be doing right now? If you were in the control room, because usually it's like, you're like my tag team partner. You're like the Ultimate Warrior to my Hulk Hogan. When things go wrong, it's like, Bryn, Jay, who I guess would be Miss Elizabeth. I don't know. I'm very confused with my wrestling analogies tonight. But when things go wrong, I go to Bryn, and you're up here now. So I feel like if you were in the control room, you could have saved this, but
But how? I mean, this is out of our control, this amp.
yeah.
Just like the broken wrist. I don't know.
Control. First
Well, that
single,
was
by the
in
way.
our control. I mean, we can get you
I guess so.
to come in, and we can't really get
Yeah.
another amp
Yeah.
to walk over and play for us.
I think we're on our own.
Yeah.
This one, Curtis.
Uncharted territory, Bryn Kreisa. So
Yeah, this last month we've been a little plagued.
a little bit.
A little bit.
I hope it's not contagious.
Hopefully not.
Bryn, do you remember the time that Efren Pereira was on Strip Down?
Yeah, I do. Throw to clip.
I believe it was episode 25. I think it was Laura Churchman and I's birthday, because I don't know if you know or not, but Laura Churchman and I have the same birthday. It's November 13th. And we did a balloon drop.
Yay.
Oh,
Yes, I remember.
we're showing footage of this right now. Wow.
Oh, look at those.
Any,
Balloons barely dropping.
Any zany memories, Bryn, you'd like to
Find the door.
Find the Door by Johnny Hatch?
That was a
Yeah,
highlight.
everybody enjoyed that one. I feel like we're about to have a strip down moment here, folks. So take it
I don't know
away,
if you can see the flashing.
Johnny Hatch.
Walking in our footsteps, they will eat our dust for sure. They will walk for miles, hoping to find more. It's so good to see you. You have made our spirits soar. We have fought for miles, hoping to find the door. We'll find the door. We'll find the door. We all want more and more. Prices never poor. Pathways to a door.
I feel like Johnny Hatch came on the show and really pushed the boundaries of what the show is capable of.
Oh, totally. He brought his own lights.
He brought his own
No one's
lights.
done that.
He had like heavy metal songs. He had like violin love songs. Him and Dull Talking Ransom, I feel like they came with their own bizarre agenda and were like, no, you know what? Strip Down is like this after tonight. It's going to be like this.
The Northern Light was also a good one. You know, do some
Nice. Talking
promo.
about the Northern Light, because I already had to pull that footage from when you mentioned it before.
Yeah,
so
just
right
make it
here, this
easier
is a
for
really
you.
easy edit.
Yeah.
This didn't take me any time in post
No.
because it was already there.
Yep. You're welcome.
Are you going to abandon all your other projects now and just join Friends of Foes?
Well, I don't know. Well, that.
Because I mean, it's pretty easy to keep someone's wrist broken. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I feel like our 7-year friendship has been strong enough that you can call some favors if you want, Bryn.
You ever seen the movie Misery?
I have. Kathy Bates.
Reference to
Good.
that, perhaps?
Yes.
Jeez.
Only I don't think I'll kidnap him and. But yeah, oh, this is getting dark. Let's get out of here, Bryn. Back up. Yeah. So what's next for Friends of Foes?
We had actually talked, or I guess in the talks, and currently organizing I guess sessions to go record a new single, just a single song, and we're gonna put a lot of work into it, but actually do another video, and put that out sometime in the
Eventually.
next 6 months. We don't really have a time frame as of yet. We're just figuring
That's
it
our
out.
time frame. 6
Yeah,
months.
6 months. That's the time frame. And then what else? We got a schwack. I like that word. A schwack of shows in March.
We've applied to just a ton of festivals, so
Like
We'll
a
see.
schwack?
We'll see. Yeah, yeah, a schwack of festivals.
approximately a schwack.
So we'll see how summer goes for us, but the goal, I guess, is to be playing as many shows out of town as possible, and just keep pushing the boundaries of the band and keep promoting it to new audiences.
Well, in case you don't know, Strip Down is seen on Shaw TV right here in Saskatoon, up north in Prince Albert, Swift Current, and Moose Jaw. That's just us. And then we farm it out to Access in Regina, and they satellite it. They beam it with this crazy technology we have these days to like 87 other small cities and towns. So this episode will be seen by, well, it has the opportunity to be seen by all over Saskatchewan.
They might have turned it off when the amp broke.
Well, yes, I guess we should probably keep pointing that out. That we have a broken amp.
We don't just not play.
That's why this has become very interview heavy.
Yeah, apparently Tour was hard on it.
Yeah, well,
It's
it's
hard
also.
on all of us, Matt.
Don't you go breaking on us.
Oh, I already have.
Oh yeah,
Just straight up
just
breakdowns.
your soul.
Yes.
What's it like jumping into a rock band? Or sorry, a indie alternative band.
It's important.
Well, I mean, everything else has been really okay, but I went to Edmonton with my family the day before, and then showing up with these guys, we played a show, went to Red Deer, and then played in Red
Another
Deer.
show, so.
And we could have stayed there, but we decided to come back because we need to be back here for our audition for Nest Creek. And so none of us slept on the way home.
Drove all night after
I mean,
playing
you
2
slept
shows
because
in
you're
the
a
same
champ,
day.
but none
Yeah.
of us else.
Bryn's a seasoned veteran though.
Yeah.
What was it like bringing a second girl into the group, even temporarily? Because you were like, this is all like wide-eyed new to you. You're like, this is so exciting, and Bryn's like, I used to have feelings. I remember when playing bass was fun. Now it's just dance, monkey dance. Yeah?
No, my mom actually said it was like going to be more of a different experience, and I was like, it's just another person. She's a person. I'm a person. You know,
You're
she's a
putting
really good
together.
bassist. I'm all right at singing, so there we go.
Because it kind of gives it like an ABBA vibe now, right? Or
Oh, totally.
an ABBA vibe.
'Cause,
Or,
you know,
or
we're-
a Ace of Base to a lesser
You'll
extent
notice
vibe.
that general ABBA feel on the album.
Yeah, I was actually looking for it. I feel it bleeds through in a lot of the songs. Actually, funny thing is the last 2 songs were so heavily ABBA influenced, were they not? And we're not going to get to them now.
We were just gonna call
What
it
a
album
time.
1 and 2, really.
What
we
a
were gonna put
time
outfits on.
You're
for
missing
it
the
to
ABBA.
break, right?
Yeah, right?
Like I should have. That's why I don't tease ABBA at the beginning of the episode, because right off the bat I was going to be like, stay tuned at the end.
It's going to be a big surprise.
It's going to be like lots of ABBA influenced music. But I'm glad I didn't now, because tears all around, right? If you don't deliver
Could have
on
ruined
ABBA.
some people's lives.
Dancing
Right?
Queen, it kind of made my life.
It's a good song. Breaking Up is, what's their song about breaking up?
I don't know. It's
not like I've
I
cried to
watched
it.
that one musical.
Mamma Mia?
Yeah, that one. My
Wow.
parents took me to it. It was,
Yeah.
It was good.
That didn't even come out that long ago either.
Mamma Mia came out in like the 80s.
No, I'm
dude.
talking
That
about
was a
like the new
remake.
one though. The new one with Amanda Seyfried.
That's the movie.
Oh well,
He's
that's just
referencing
something.
actresses I don't know. Well done.
I thought you were talking about that, and then you went to the movie with your parents.
No. We went to the musical. It was good.
Yeah. So, Bryn,
Curtis,
um,
can I ask you guys something?
sure.
Sure.
Sorry, not you, Curtis.
Totally
Um,
Curtis.
Oh, us.
the band. Yeah. Who designed your album art?
Devin Plett. I thought he was a lot older than he really is. He's actually this 18-year-old guy that we tracked down through the interwebs. And yeah,
Well, he kinda
believe it or
tracked
not,
us down, actually.
yeah, believe it or not, we had actually been talking about a couple different album art ideas. And at that point, we were talking with a different artist. And he ended up messaging us and saying, hey, do you mind if I take a hack at your artwork? And we kind of told him, hey, we're talking with someone else, but, show us what you got. Like, we aren't going to sign contracts or anything like that. And he took it upon himself to hang a clock in some random northern cabin and completely light it on fire and get a bunch of pictures. And now we have artwork.
He went out
it's
and bought a
artsy.
clock for it.
Yeah, he bought a clock for it,
That
not
is-
thinking he was going to make any money.
That is some serious commitment.
Yeah, he kind of stepped it up. He did some really good artwork. He actually did the Comments and Concerns EP as well.
Oh, cool.
Good question, Bryn.
Totally.
Yep.
Well,
Just so unenthused.
that was something. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, gotta say thanks to our sponsors: Ultimo, Uramoda Hairstyle Inn, Longman McQuaid, and of course, Mr. Sicily Pizza. For all things Stripped Down, you can look us up on Facebook. Please like us. Look for the dancing girl. She looks like that. Up, 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 up. Yay! Alexa is doing a great job tonight, by the way, too. Alexa's filling in for Bryn, and we got some new equipment today, and returning faces like Jesse Gordon. So it's been one heck of a fun night, you guys, even without music for the last 17 minutes. You can also Twitter us. I always use that wrong because I don't really
Do
know.
Tweet at
Tweet
us.
Tweet at us on the Twitter.
at StripDownSK, and that also applies for Instagram, apparently. You young kids will know what that is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I go for the last time tonight. Friends
To
of
our
Foes.
song.
With no music.
So, what do we... Drum solos? Can you give us something while we
God.
roll the credits?
We could just dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't make me do
Bass.
Bass Off Your Face Off again. Ladies and gentlemen,
Bass and-
for the last time tonight, Friends of Foes. Take it away. Okay, so like, just imagine aggressive, really good bass.
There's
Okay,
nothing
so
I
I'm
can
just
say
like,
to this now.
you gotta back up.
Oh no.
All right, hit me back. No, you can play.
You're supposed to be like slapping the whole time, just digging
You can
in.
play. Give it a little Earl Pereira, and I'll come back at you. See, this is like a
You just need to overdub
60-minute
the
show.
Seinfeld theme song right there.
And then this is like where I just like get defeated, and I'm like, no, you win. You win Bass Off Your Face Off.